No one has investigated this place since the 80s.
So all of the equipment, at least most of the equipment that we have, they've probably never seen before.
So that made me even more excited to see if the spirits were willing to communicate after being undisturbed for so long.
I don't know if I fully believe in spirits or ghost activity.
Wow.
It seemed like the spirits were figuring out how to use the equipment.
What occurred seemed to be residual events from the tavern's past coming to the surface.
Was there a fight happening at the tavern?
Always aggressive. They're here.
Who's that?
2 guys.
More details came out about the residual event.
And with the responses that I was getting, it painted the most incredible visual for us. Nestled within the countryside of Perth County, Ontario, stands a lone building frozen in time. Fryfogels Tavern, a relic of the 19th century, where weary travelers once sought refuge along the treacherous Huron tract. But some who entered may still linger. Built between 1844 and 1845 by Sebastian Fryfogel, the first European settler of Perth County, this 2-story brick structure replaced an earlier log inn. A beacon of hospitality in a land still untamed, it served as a stagecoach stop, a place of rest, and a hub of early Canadian settlement. Within these very walls, meals were shared, stories were exchanged, and whispers of the past remain. Sebastian Fryfogel was more than an innkeeper. He was a leader, a magistrate, a warden of the county. He shaped the land, and his legacy endures in the very foundation of the tavern. While Fryfogel himself departed this world in 1873, it is said that the echoes of history remain. One of the most well-known spirits said to reside here is that of a young boy, Henry, Sebastian Fryfogel's second last son. His story is a quiet mystery woven into the fabric of the tavern. Records suggest he passed from poisoning, while others believe that he may have drowned in the river behind the property. Whatever the truth may be, Henry's presence is felt in the warmest of ways, and he tends to find comfort in motherly figures. Today, Fryfogels Tavern is the focus of a dedicated restoration project. Workers and volunteers tirelessly labor to bring this historic site back to its former glory, with hopes of transforming it into an event space for future gatherings. But in peeling back the layers of time, they have uncovered more than just history. During the restoration, a forgotten treasure was revealed, a painting of Niagara Falls, hidden beneath years of wear, painted directly onto the wall of the master bedroom. The artist remains unknown, and yet the mural holds an inexplicable energy. Many visitors describe an uneasy feeling when standing near it. Some refuse to get too close, while others feel drawn to it, completely mesmerized by the mystery it holds. And it wasn't the only discovery. In the adjacent ballroom, another mural was uncovered. Painted with the same technique, its presence only deepens the mystery of who created these artworks. But perhaps the most personal discovery of all lies on the wall leading to the basement, where Sebastian Fryfogel himself left his mark. His signature, carefully inscribed, has endured the passage of time, a lasting imprint of the man who built the tavern, a signature that even now stands as a reminder that he never truly left. As night falls over Fryfogels Tavern, the air stills, and the past feels just a little closer. One thing is for certain, Fryfogels Tavern holds more than just stories. For those who visit, the tavern offers more than just a glimpse into the past. It offers a connection, a place where history is never truly forgotten. As we arrived, Rachel gave us the most in-depth tour of the tavern, and she explained all the restoration efforts that were going into the building. But we were also eager to know if she and her coworkers have ever experienced anything unexplainable while working there.
Hi, my name is Emily Coyne, and I've been working here at Fryfogels Tavern for the past 4 years. And the main sort of ghost experience that I had so far was when I was working on the main floor. I was doing some restoration work, some painting and things like that. And what I like to do for our social media and things like that is to record like a time-lapse video of the process. And so I'd been doing that for about maybe an hour or so straight, and was completely alone that day. My coworker was either not feeling well or just hadn't arrived yet. And both doors in the hallway were shut, so there wouldn't have been like a cross breeze or anything like that. And everything was completely fine, but I was watching back the video, going to upload it and post it on our social media, and I noticed that one of the doors in the background just slowly went like doot doot. And so I kind of rewatched the video, had to make sure that what I was seeing was what was actually going on. So I just kind of kept rewatching it, and I was like, yeah, like I checked our visitor logs. I was like, I didn't have any visitors come through. There weren't any board members or anything. So watching that back was a little bit interesting, and no negative spirits or anything, but it was interesting to see the little, kind of like a little symbol that maybe someone was there watching the progress being done.
So I've been working here since 2018 when I was a university student, and I had an experience my first summer here when I was working alone. Fryfogel usually gets a lot of really bad storms and rainstorms and thunderstorms. It's amplified here because it's a quiet countryside, so you don't have a lot of noise pollution aside from the storm rolling in. And since there's a lot of fields, you can actually see the blanket rolling in. So one afternoon, I saw a very dark rain cloud come in, and it basically made this whole area pitch black. It almost felt like I was working at 10 o'clock at night instead of 10 a.m. And I was working in the dining room by myself doing some research on the building in the time period when I heard footsteps upstairs. So I thought, oh, might have been a guest. We often have people that come in and are curious, but they often just wander around and don't introduce themselves. So I thought, oh, it's probably a guest. I looked out into the parking lot and I just saw my car. So I was a bit perplexed about that, but we do have local farmers who sometimes walk over to say hi. So I thought it might have been the farmer next door. I went upstairs to go greet him, and no one was upstairs. So it was heavy footsteps, very slow too. That was much different than the pouring rain outside, and it would filter in and out. So if I was listening to it, the moment I would concentrate to listen on it, it would stop. But if I took my mind off it and started working again, it would start back up again. So I don't know if I fully believe in spirits or ghost activity. To keep myself sane, I try to use science to explain things. The footsteps were too heavy to be rain, so for a long time I used to think maybe it was a branch in the wind hitting the roof. But when we had our drone shot done a couple years ago, it was revealed to me that no trees can actually touch the roof or the building itself. So I've worked at about 3 different historic sites over my lifetime, and each one I've had some different experiences that I've tried to explain away with science, but this one itself has been hard to explain away.
We didn't know much about the paranormal activity that went on at this place. The only thing that we really knew about was this little boy who was rumored to have died on the property, and his name was Henry.
The building itself has been run by the same board that stretched from the early 1970s till today, but we've had a variety of different board members that have come back to visit or tell us their stories. So some of the stories we heard was one board member came back and said in the 1980s or early 1990s, they had a psychic come in. And it was a recorded fact that Sebastian Fryfogel's second last child, his last child was Jacob, his second last child was Henry. It was recorded in the records that Henry had died at a very young age due to accidental poisoning, but the psychic actually said that no, Henry didn't die from the poisoning, he drowned in the river outside. So we've had some board members who have come back to tell us to be careful, especially since Emily and I are females. Henry appears to mothers in the basement. So if you're alone down here, apparently he comes and he doesn't say anything, but he does come to watch you. Emily and I aren't mothers, so we've never had it happen to us, but we've had a couple board members tell us that. We believe it's potentially due to the fact that the door outside to the summer kitchen would have been open, especially for Mary Fryfogel walking in and out. So it is possible that if he did drown in the river, and you know, if there is spirits in the afterlife, that maybe his soul was scared, didn't realize that he had passed away, and came running into the kitchen here to seek comfort from his mother. So that's what we're thinking may have happened with that. There's also been a story about some teenagers. We're not sure if alcohol had been involved or not, but late in the middle of the night, there have been reports that a group of teenagers actually looked through the window down here into the basement and saw a group of men playing poker and smoking, when of course we're not allowed to have any type of cigarettes or alcohol in the building, and the building would have been locked up at that time period. But they swear that they saw a group of men playing poker down here. Aside from Henry, there's not a lot of well-known record keeping here. We don't have Fryfogel's books whatsoever. Everything was pretty much cleared out of the building when it was a restaurant and tavern, but hundreds if not thousands of people have cycled through the building over the years. And there has been a couple different people that have come by through both Emily and I through our tours who felt incredibly uncomfortable near the picture of Niagara Falls. They're not quite sure, but some people will not go near it at all. And I always notice, because I'll tell them like, oh, it has, you know, people from the time period, you can see the bonnet. Everyone else will go to the painting to see, and people, you know, they don't take their eyes off of it, but they start to back away from it. So I've kind of talked to a few people like, oh, you don't want to go see the fine detail in the painting, and they say they're not comfortable, or they don't want to go anywhere near it. So there's been some talk. There's also been some guests who have felt negative energy in the hallway. One lady said that she actually thinks there might have been a fight that had spilled out from the tavern into the hall, because she felt that negative energy and felt yelling and hitting at the time. I used to work at the Laura Secord homestead in Niagara-on-the-Lake, which has some paranormal activity there. And so my one of my friends who worked with me, she said, you always have to say goodbye and say hello. So when I used to open up the Laura Secord homestead, I'd say hello, and then to remind myself how to turn off the lights so that nothing would stay on, I always said the phrase, sleep tight in one room, don't let in another, and the bed bugs bite going downstairs. And I usually continue that here. We've actually been called out by a couple of the board members who have driven by at night with the lights on, and we're always very, very careful and cautious to turn off the lights. We don't want any type of fire hazards to happen or anyone to come knocking on the door to come in. So I've always said, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite as I go through the rooms, but oftentimes the lights will turn on in the middle of the night. But from what Emily and I have experienced, there doesn't seem to be anything negative in the tavern whatsoever. We'd love to know what Sebastian would think of all of our restoration work and attempts.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll ask him.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Throughout the night, you'll hear several names come up. Sebastian Fryfogel and his wife Mary, they had a lot of children. They had 10 to be exact. We knew of a couple Johns, we knew of a Jacob, we knew of a Henry, but there are a lot of names that do come through, and you'll be able to pick them up in our investigation.
We also believe that we captured evidence of residual events that occurred at the tavern as the night went on.
I was shocked to learn from Rachel that we were the first paranormal team to be let in there since the 1980s. So that made me even more excited to see if the spirits were willing to communicate after being undisturbed for so long.
That being said, we decided to start in the basement's kitchen area with a portal session. What was that?
It was what? That was me. I said, what the fuck?
No. What was that?
It was what? That was me. I said, what the fuck?
No.
No, I heard something
It
too.
was like a squeak.
A squeak.
Oh, maybe my shoe.
No, wasn't
No,
that.
it
It was
wasn't
like
that.
vocal.
I heard
Okay.
it too.
How was
I'm cold.
This one on here?
how
Hug.
wrong?
Can you see it light up?
What's wrong with me?
Did it say my name?
Can you see it light up?
See it probably this one. I got chills all of a sudden.
A little higher.
Look, I got.
Yeah.
Can you see my goosebumps?
Yeah.
I literally have bad chills. Okay.
Just watch for
Page.
Just
Page.
Page, yeah. So I'm Paige.
I'm Tara.
I'm John.
And my name's Rhonda.
And I'm Sherry. And we understand there might not have been many people trying to talk to you over the years, but tonight's your night if you have anything to say.
We have some devices around the room you can touch. None of them will hurt you. We know that they're very modern to you. This one will light up if you get close to it. These are fun toys, so Henry, if you're around, you can play with the little balls around the room. I think that said fun toys. These light up. Come close to it. This one will also do that. If you want to come hang out behind us.
And there's a little ball on the floor here, down by the table leg as well.
Not for every.
So maybe not for Henry.
Yeah.
Feel free to touch any of the stuff that we brought, because we brought it here for you.
That's enough.
Fate of
Sound like a kid.
Is it okay that we're here in your home?
Of course.
We mean you no harm, we just want to talk with you. Is there any members of the Fryfogel family here with us tonight?
Sebastian, are you around? Up there with Mom. Did he say? Up there with Mom.
Well, they've been doing a lot of restorations, Sebastian,
language is
and they want to know how you feel about it.
They've been working really hard.
Henry, how old are you?
you heard there.
He's right there.
Can you tell me how old you are?
You don't need to be scared, Henry. We're friends. We don't mean you any harm. We just want to talk with you.
Are you watching us?
Maybe one of the balls that.
Yeah, hey everybody.
Can you hear everybody?
Yeah, come join us.
Come join us.
I thought I heard Fryfogel. I want to know. We've heard two possible stories of the way that Henry's passed. Which one was it? Was he poisoned or did he drown? I heard that.
Heard that?
Yeah.
Also represent.
Represent.
Was Henry poisoned?
In progress.
Was he poisoned?
Are you still going?
What was that?
Did you make that noise?
There's nothing running down here either, so.
No, there's Sebastian, was that you? Where was the Fryfogel family from? Where did they immigrate from? I know you lived in America. What state did you live in before you moved here?
I was just there 2 days ago.
We like to visit that state. Do you know what state we're talking about?
The portal gave us a few direct responses, but overall it felt like we were mostly being observed. They seemed curious about what we were doing there.
At the start of the portal session, I heard a faint, squeaky voice that no one else seemed to hear, but we did capture something on camera. I'm not sure what it is, but Henry is said to linger in the basement, so it could possibly be him.
Now, Henry seemed pretty shy at first. When I had asked him how old he was, I do believe you can hear a faint no coming through the portal.
When Paige asked which story of Henry's passing was true, a voice responded, "I will never tell."
I stayed mostly quiet during the portal session because I was sensing that whoever was there seemed to be very hesitant to speak with us, so I figured the best approach would be to leave Rhonda and Sherry in the basement in hopes that Henry would warm up to them since they're both mothers.
Hi, we're hiding. Is Henry here?
I have full body chills. It's just Sherry and I down here. We're both moms. We heard that Henry likes moms. Henry, if you're here, can you let us know somewhere? Could you light up one of the flashing bulbs? I promise you it won't hurt you in any way. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, the line's going off.
Thank
Wow.
you. I left or I laughed. I have full body chills right now.
Can you light this other one up behind us?
There's another flashy ball in the doorway.
Oh, it did, Rhonda.
It did?
It did. It's right here.
This one, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
That one, and then this one.
If you
I
can-
know, I feel them.
I can see the hair standing. I feel electrified right now. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
They're pretty colors, aren't they?
Do you like the flashing balls? There's another ball in the doorway. That's the only one you haven't lit up. You want to try lighting that one up? Okay, we're going to shut off the spirit box now. And we're going to listen. Earlier we heard what sounded like the voice of a woman. If you're here, do you think you could try to say something? And maybe we could hear your voice again?
Can you touch the silver pole where the red light is?
I'm going to show you how it works, okay? It doesn't hurt you at all. All you do is go up and you come near it. And it just lights up these really nice lights. All different colors. if there's someone here with us, do you think you could touch that and make it light up a color? I know there's someone here who likes the flashing balls. Yeah, exactly. So Henry, if that's you, would you like to try touching our other device there? As you see, it doesn't hurt you because I touched it. Could you just touch it once? Just so I know that you understand? I feel like whatever was right here.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it was like, I don't feel that electrical.
No, neither do I.
I just
There's
put
noise
something
over
back
there.
there. I'm all but wondering if this is. I'm gonna try moving these into a different spot. That was just me. As you see, doesn't hurt you. It just makes a sound so we know that you're here with us.
Can you light up one of these bulbs back here for us?
You did a great job before. Like, you totally made my night by doing that. Henry, if you're here, do you know that I have 2 kids too? I have 2 boys. I really like when I get to communicate with younger people. If you're here, would you like to come and talk with us?
Oh, behind you, Rhonda.
Thank you. Another big clunk. There's nothing mechanical in there. Thank you. Henry, if that was you, could you let me know by lighting up another bulb? Did you hear that?
That might be them upstairs, though.
I hope that's them. Henry, can you tell me what your favorite toy to play with is? Do you like playing with cars or trucks? Do you like playing with blocks? Or maybe you like to play ball? Ooh. I see that the ball lit. Does that mean that you like to play ball? If you could roll the ball, I would be so excited. That ball that you're lighting up on the steps, just give it a little push and knock it off the step. If Henry died because he drowned. Oh,
That was a REM pod, wasn't it?
that was the rim bod.
That was yours?
That was mine. I have full body chills again. If Henry drowned, could you beep that again? Just to confirm? I feel like there's somebody right next to me. We're trying to find out what happened to Henry. We heard that maybe he was poisoned. If that's the case, can you let us know somehow by lighting up? Something other than the ball that's flashing right now. Something different. Or did Henry drown? really sorry if talking about this is making you upset in any way, because I don't want to bring you any trauma by having to remember it. I just want to find out what really truly happened to Henry. We're going to be here for a couple hours tonight, so feel free to follow us around to any of the rooms that we go to and talk to us or communicate with us in any way you know how. Touching our equipment is a really good way to get our attention, and it lets us know that you're really truly here with us. So thank you so much for touching and lighting up all the flashing balls, and for setting off the REM pod in the doorway. That was really, really cool. I would absolutely love if you could do that again.
I found the spirit box session fascinating. It seemed like the spirits were figuring out how to use the equipment and gather the strength to activate the devices. Once they figured that they could, it seemed to set off the cat balls one after another, and they even touched my DIY REM pod that rarely goes off.
So we're the first paranormal team that's been to the Fryfogels Tavern in many years, since the 1980s. So all of the equipment, at least most of the equipment that we have, they've probably never seen before. So if there were spirits communicating with us, I imagine it would have been very exciting for them, especially for Henry with the balls lighting up, as it is technically more suitable for a kid's toy.
I thought the timing of the devices going off was really impressive, but I do want to point out that there are some environmental factors to take into consideration here. As you can hear, we're very close to a busy road, so I wouldn't be surprised if the vibrations from some of the heavy trucks driving by were the reason for the cat balls being triggered, especially the one on the floor. It's a known fact that intense vibrations or even yelling can trigger your cat balls, so that's why it's really important to stay super quiet and not scream during investigations, or you risk contaminating your own evidence. Now, we can't control the fact that we're near a busy road, so we are taking that into consideration for the trigger of the cat balls, especially the one on the floor. I'm not so sure about the ones on the shelf because the timing was really strange, but it is definitely something to take into consideration.
Now, I would like to clarify that the noises that you hear in Sherry and Rhonda's alone session is not us. We were sit very still upstairs, keeping as quiet as we possibly could. Now, these noises seem to continue when we put John upstairs to do his alone session in the room that was meant for wealthy travelers.
We're completely in the dark. Good luck.
You gonna shut the door too?
Yep.
How's he look?
Don't shut it too far because it might not have no air in here.
We're shutting it all the way.
Alright.
And remember, only the wealthy
Jacob,
may-
Mary.
Yeah. Tell him you're
Nice.
What was that?
Your REM pod on the bed went off.
Jacob, are you here with us?
Were you filming?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay,
Nice.
When you said Jacob and Mary.
It's out of focus. Oh, no. I think it was, but... Alright.
Okay.
See ya.
You'll have John all to yourself.
My throat feels really weird. Do you like what they've done to the house here? They've been fixing it up. Can you light something up for us? Jacob? Henry? Can you give me a sign that you're here, please? Touch me. Move something. I'm gonna sit back and relax and you can give me a sign that you're here, please. I can't see anything. I am blindfolded. You can come up behind me, touch me, tap me, pinch me, but don't scratch me. How many spirits are in here with us? Can you let up one of the cat balls, please? I don't mean any harm. I'm a really nice person. But please tell me why there ain't any women in here that are allowed in this room? I'm a man, is it okay if I'm in here? It feels like someone's rocking my chair. Pushing it. Are you pushing my chair? My back or my shoulders or something? Feels weird. That's why I like being blindfolded, because I can't see what's going on. I just heard like a whining. Oh, I just heard something out the door there. Is there someone out in front of the door? I just heard something out in front of the door. Is there someone there? Light up one of the devices. If there's someone out in front of that door, it felt like someone was in front of the door. I feel like there's, I don't know, I feel weird sitting in this chair, like there's something behind me. Can you knock back? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you knock back, please? Can you, Henry, I want to talk about you. Did you drown in the river? If you didn't drown in the river, set the REM pod off. On that count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess you're not answering me. Attack or go to spring. So you gotta watch because your mind can play tricks on you too, especially when you can't see nothing. Henry. Oh, it feels like it's on my leg. Like a bug. Something was on my leg. Or something maybe touched me. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Is someone there?
Yes.
Oh, Tara. What the hell is wrong with you? Something touched my leg, eh?
That we heard.
I don't know if it was a bug or something, but is there any bugs on the floor?
No, not that I
Something
can see.
like went like this with my leg.
Maybe I stroked your leg hairs.
Like that. I don't know if anything went off because I can't see.
Take off your blindfold.
Oh shit! I know that didn't go off or something, but it,
You sweating?
How'd it go? You hear anything weird?
I heard it like something in front of the door for sure. I heard something like someone was standing in front of the door, and then I heard some creaks behind me.
It was interesting that the REM pod went off before he started his session, but overall, not much happened. It was more about him sensing and hearing things around him.
At this point, we decided to move into the room that has the Niagara Falls painting that they uncovered during the renovations. This painting is said to make people really uncomfortable, so we thought this would be a good room to do our Estes session.
I went under for the Estes Method, and what occurred seemed to be residual events from the tavern's past coming to the surface, and it made for an incredible investigation.
The Earth. Is that recording?
I thought I just saw Dad peek in the door.
He's outside in his Jeep.
Oh, well,
Somebody's up here peeking. Come on in and join us. Did it look like a man?
yeah, I thought it was Dad.
Hey, Sebastian.
I heard it is real. Okay, we'll see how this box works.
Okay.
Women,
There's
Dysphagia?
4 of us.
It's dysphagia.
good day.
Hello, how are you?
Cemetery?
There are gravestones outside. Can you tell me whose graves those are?
Help me. Follow them?
Follow who?
Mary?
Is Mary here with us?
Dad?
Can you tell us where Dad is?
Mary is blue-eyed.
What color hair does Mary have?
Can you hold me?
Who wants to be held?
How do you feel about the restoration project? They've been on
They're
for-
doing good.
Really nice. I think they're doing a great job too. Is it making you happy to see them bringing it back to its splendor?
Trying.
They are trying.
I really love the painting behind Paige.
They're helpful.
Do you know the names of any of the volunteers who work here?
I'm beside them.
Are you outside with them right now?
How do you speak?
We speak through Paige right now.
Paige is listening to you on a spirit box.
Get out.
We understand it's probably strange to you because you probably haven't had too many people that have come here to talk to you. We just want to know your story and learn a little bit more about you.
Try it out,
We've been
I
trying.
guess.
And you've told us a couple of things. Can you tell us your name? What the hell was that?
Send.
2 little knocks.
Yeah.
See him?
Paige saw him in the door. Was that him? Is that Sebastian?
Is he following us around, wondering what we're doing?
John's here.
He is.
Well, there's a
Oh,
bunch of
there's John.
Johns.
There's John.
Can you tell us which John? Is it John?
Hey,
John Fryfogel? What's his
tavern.
name? And this was a tavern, yeah. Did you work here?
Italian scene?
That's another picture. So it might have been an Italian scenery. Can you tell me where in Italy that picture was based off of? That painting?
Dancing.
That's the ballroom. No? Do you know who painted that picture?
What about the one behind Paige? What's that a scene of?
Over there.
We've actually been there a few times.
Is this an outfit Mary would have wore? While cooking for guests at the tavern?
A lot of people.
Do you like that people come to visit?
We traveled.
Where'd you come from? What state did the Fryfogels used to live in?
Pardon?
What state of America did the Fryfogels live in before they...
I think it just said that weird name of one of the kids that started with a G.
That's a really weird name.
Was it a very long journey to come here?
Do what they do.
How did you feel about the train when it came into town?
Useless.
Did you lose business because of it? Is that why the tavern shut down?
It says driving, interest, and ahead. You weren't very fond of the train?
Tavern closed because of the train.
Yeah. I'll proceed to talk.
What was your drink of choice?
That would be great if you would talk with us.
We know you own tavern, so you must like to have a drink or two. Were you a whiskey drinker? Get that vibe.
I'm tired.
It is a little bit late.
Are we
Sorry
keeping
for
you up?
keeping
Keep drinking.
What are you drinking?
Do you have bourbon?
Let me say it.
What do you need to say?
Dearest,
Richard,
myth, health, and muscle.
answer him.
Hi, Richard. Sorry. Didn't mean to ignore you.
Is Richard one of the family members?
He has something.
What do you have, Richard? Do you have something to tell us?
A way out.
Way out of where?
Out. Get up.
Executes, baits, undesirable, nip.
Sebastian.
Hi, Sebastian.
Seems like it. Yeah. Watching.
Are you
Does
just
Sebastian
watching
like
us?
to watch?
He likes.
I just heard a noise in the hall. How do you feel that we're able to speak with you right now?
He sees you.
Is he standing in the hallway?
Anna. Help her.
I think that's one of the kids.
What does Anna need help with?
You as well.
Who was well?
Nope. No person. Tavern.
Let's go back
Questionable.
downstairs to the tavern.
We are going to go down to the tavern
Strange.
in a few minutes.
Something.
Was there a fight happening at the tavern?
Always. Aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
Mad at them.
Sometimes people drink too much.
They're here. Two
Yeah.
guys.
Can you tell us about one of the worst fights that happened here? Did anyone ever get hurt? I know I've seen,
Not that he can see.
I know I've seen some fair share of bar fights.
It's not nice when people get hurt.
Too many.
Yeah.
This one was John.
John started the fight.
Steven.
Steven started the fight with John.
Bring your friend.
Was he trying to have
Over.
a group fight? What was Steven drinking?
Residual.
It's scary. That's enough. Tell me that again.
Did you have to break up a lot of fights?
They're here. Something fight.
You don't have to worry about us. We're not very rowdy.
Our pleasure.
I might fight Paige.
On the ground.
I'll put her on the ground.
My tavern. Get out. Hi.
Is it okay if we go to the tavern? I heard ladies weren't really allowed.
Yep.
Would you give me a drink if I asked for one?
We're riding with them. It's time to go. Entertainment.
How do you feel about women being in men's spaces? How do you feel about me wearing no pants right now? No skirt. We're all in pants. Well, I got nothing on.
Something dress.
Okay. Well, we should be wearing a
Dress
dress.
is basically saying you probably should
Yeah.
be wearing a dress.
Am I dressed inappropriately?
Stay protected.
Well, yeah.
Stay protected, cover yourself.
You know, men should be able to handle themselves. I shouldn't have to protect myself.
Look, it says weight, it also says clothed. We're talking about clothing right now. Arguably, singing and moonshine.
Can I have some moonshine?
Did you ever have moonshine here at the tavern?
Right in here.
Would you give me some moonshine if I put this dress on?
Answer.
Should I be wearing this dress and bonnet? Am I dressed like a heathen?
John again.
Is John in the room with us?
Is John one of the children?
John's one of the children.
He was.
How old was John?
Look, it says clothed again, and it says pants. It says rough, clothed, pants, and sunken. I can't believe it says clothes again and pants.
and pants.
Are you very bothered by the fact that we're wearing pants?
And I'm wearing nothing?
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't mean to.
Just said American women.
Well, American women, we're not from America, honey. We're from here.
We're actually Canadian women. I'm a farm girl, so that's why
She wears pants.
I wear pants.
I killed something.
Tell us more about that.
He owed me money.
So you killed him?
Who was it? Can you tell us his name?
Thief. John. John is on.
Did John steal the money?
I'm sorry that. Oh, it just says victimized. It's talking about.
I'll never go home with him.
You'll never go home with John? What did John do?
Money again.
So he screwed you out of some money?
That's too bad. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Did he rob the tavern? What did he do?
Handle it.
You handled it. Apparently, you killed him. So is he saying he killed his son?
Company's here.
Because John was a kid.
Could be
It could be. That's a name that's so common. There's probably every other family had somebody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
John, again.
Are we talking about John Fryfogel? Or another John?
There's two of them.
Yeah, there's two John Fryfogels. Are we talking about the Fryfogels?
Something punishment. Deserves it.
I don't think anyone deserves
What
it.
kind of punishment did he deserve?
Beat him.
So you beat John because he stole
Feed him from his plate. What?
Can you tell us more about Mary?
I'll have a word with him.
Well, there's a John out in the truck. Maybe he stole from you. Just go pay him a visit. Go knock on the car window.
I'll talk to him. He believed that they lived.
If there's someone here in the room with us,
Excuse me.
can you give us a sign? Can you light up one of our flashing balls that we have? Or set off
Helping him.
one of the
He's the
remnants
enemy.
behind Paige?
Who's the enemy?
Can you tell us why you're still here at the tavern?
Bastard. Go back.
Did you have any bastard children?
That's basically what we did.
Riot?
Was there a riot at the tavern?
I just said from Gettysburg. They're together?
Well, they were from Pennsylvania, right?
They were from Pennsylvania.
So maybe they were
Like in that area?
close to that.
Yeah. Did the Fryfogels live near Gettysburg? Before moving to Canada?
Different. We've seen it.
Can you tell us about Henry? What happened with him?
Something oppose.
Was Henry poisoned?
It just said bereaved.
Tavern again.
We were trying to find out what happened with Henry. Is there anyone here who knows what happened with Henry?
I'd like to speak. That was a woman.
Okay.
Mary, is that you?
You can tell us anything you want.
I like your family.
Well, thank you. We really like you as well. It's nice when we have
Mary.
Mary.
Hi, Mary.
It's
They're
nice,
foreign.
nice to meet you, Mary.
Thank you.
Well, we're from Canada, but I guess you're American, so
I'm talking. That was really clear.
yeah, we can hear you.
Do you have something you'd like to
Through
tell
them.
us?
Talking through them. They're talking through
Yeah.
Paige.
You're talking through Paige.
Paige is listening
This
to
is
you,
exciting.
and Paige is telling us what she's hearing you say. Do you like that?
Could you tell us what happened to Henry?
Are you ready?
Yes.
I followed them. That was a woman.
Have you been following us around the house?
Death, something. And it just said we're following again. And that was a man.
What or who are you following?
Can you touch Paige to let her know you're near her?
Maybe touch her on the leg? She won't mind.
Her pants are a little scandalous. You can touch her skin.
Poke her. Poke her in the knee.
I have major chills.
Are you standing next to Paige?
I feel like it's right here.
That's great. Thank you so much for doing that. Can you maybe touch her arm? Touch her shoulder?
Every generation, a lot of kids.
I heard that you
Yeah.
had a lot of kids.
There's a Bristol board over there. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's made out of trees. And it's got your whole family on it. And I couldn't even get through the whole thing. You've got a huge family.
That's too bad.
You've made quite the legacy.
How many children did you have? What the hell was that? Sound like a full-fledged step in the hallway. Who's in the hallway?
We're having fun.
We are too.
We love when we feel welcome in a home. We feel very welcome here.
Major, Sigma.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
We've been to some places with some not so friendly people.
That's very nice that you're so welcoming.
We are going to pull Paige out.
Do you have any last words you'd like to say?
I'm good.
Okay.
Good? Okay.
Well, goodbye for
We're
now.
gonna try to communicate with you in a different way, so feel free to follow us around
Something slowly.
and tell us whatever you need to tell us. One of the first things that came through was the spirit's approval of the restoration projects that were happening at the tavern. That was amazing to hear, especially since Rachel and Emily were hoping to find that out.
Now, given that we are in a tavern, I decided to ask if there had been any fights that had broken out between any of the men who were visiting the tavern.
It seemed like there was a fight between two people named John and Steven, and with the responses that I was getting, it painted the most incredible visual for us. Listening back and watching it, I was blown away.
Whoever we were speaking to through the Estes session seemed to be very concerned that we were not wearing dresses, especially down to our ankles. Now, during this time period, it would have been inappropriate for women to wear pants, let alone shorts. It was really interesting to see the Chattergeist lineup with Paige's answers coming through the spirit box.
After the dress issue, more details came out about the residual event, mentioning someone named John owing money and being a thief. Perhaps that's why a fight broke out.
The moment Henry was mentioned again, the word bereaved came over the Chattergeist, and that term signifies someone who has experienced the loss of a loved one.
Now, what was really interesting is when Aunt Rhonda had told the spirit to touch Paige's knee, Paige instantly got chills throughout her body.
When I asked if they were standing next to her, she stretched her hand out and said that she felt as if something was next to her.
This session was one of my all-time favorites, and it's mainly because of the vivid experience that it created for us. Overall, Fryfogels Tavern was such an insightful investigation that it left us with more questions and a deeper appreciation for the history and hauntings of this location.
We encountered numerous direct responses, and we felt a strong connection with the spirits that we encountered through the night. For me personally, especially Henry.
Now, as we conclude our investigation of the Fryfogel Tavern, we're reminded that the past never truly fades, and that there is always more to uncover.